You get 3 rolls on this dice tower, and each number corresponds to a random question that I have.
I love that.
Up here.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I really just didn't even do it the first time, right?
All right. We got a 1. Oh, you got a meaty question to start. This
great.
first one is audition high and low.
Oh, no.
I want to know one audition high you experience, and then also an audition low, and what you learned from that low that you then applied to future auditions.
Oh, man.
I swear there's some fun ones in the mix, too.
You really started me off strong, huh? I mean, the audition low that I'm thinking of right now, I don't even know if it's like technically a low. I feel like it was maybe just more of a learning curve. This is a story as well that I don't think I've ever actually told anyone, but I auditioned for this movie a really, really long time ago, years ago, and I thought it was going to be this sort of like drama, like a real drama. There was sort of, it was like about like young men that were going off to kind of had no prospects, living in kind of like a nowhere town and like needing to like enlist in the army. And there was sort of then like a dance component next to it. And I was going for like this girlfriend role that like was kind of just dancing, and I was thinking like, oh, it's this like really dramatic, beautiful like love story. And so I went to the audition and like did this like really like intense monologue, and I'd prepared, and I was like really like getting into it, and they were like, oh wow, yeah, like great. And I was like, okay, thank you, I'm so glad you liked it, like freaking out. And then a couple like weeks later, my team, by the way, were all kind of like, okay, like I guess you're into this, like cool. And then a couple of weeks later, they were like, okay, so now's the dance component. And I don't know what I missed. I don't know how I like missed that there was going to be an entire audition process for like the dancing. And they wanted us to do like our own dance, like to make up our own dance. And I like was not prepared. So I went in and like fully just improv'd.
Oh, wow.
Like a dance in front of like a panel of people. And like I still to this day, I'm like, I really hope there's no footage of this out there. I guarantee now everyone's gonna be like, let's find it. But I don't know what I was thinking. I was just like, I'm just gonna dance. I'm just gonna go for it. And it was probably the most mortifying thing I think I've ever done for an audition. And after that, I was like, I'm like, what was I thinking? And then completely, I'm like, imagine you're actually auditioning for Step Up, but you think it's like an Oscar movie. Like, I really thought this was like my big moment. It turns out like, no, I'm just doing like an interpretive dance in like a Hollywood studio. Like, it's insane.
I'm genuinely impressed that you did it.
I mean, what gumption was coming out of me at that moment? I think it was just pure fight or flight. I was just like, well, we're here now. I guess we're doing this. So it was insane of me to do that.
Good on you for having the courage to do it.
I think, yes. Did I learn anything? Courage. You know what? Go for it.
I would have about face and walked out that room.
I just like don't know what I was thinking. I don't know, like, and why didn't no one tell me that, like, Alycia, I think you think this is something that it isn't. So like maybe reread it or something. I don't know what I was on. Anyway, so that was mortifying. Won't do that again. And then I think like career high, like audition high. I mean, maybe that's a high too. Like, look at me go.
Honestly, that is the angle that I'm taking with that story.
Is it like a high or is it a low? Who knows? You pick.
That's the most beautiful thing about it.
Yeah.
I will happily take it as both.
Thanks. I've chosen to, I suppose.
All right, second roll in the tower. Curious to see if you get like a sillier one now.
6.
Okay, no, this is a fun, silly one. This one's game.
As if that wasn't silly enough.
This is game show.
Okay.
What game show would you most want to be on, and could you actually win it?
No. I think I'm bad at game shows, if I'm being quite honest.
There's such a range, though.
I know. I don't even know that many. I feel like I'd be terrible at Jeopardy. I can't even understand like the question. How it's like, what is a bladder? I'm like, I don't know. I feel like, what are some games? What are some game shows?
Jeopardy, I know I would be bad.
I'd be terrible.
I like puzzles. Like, I'm obsessed with Wordle and like scrambling puzzles. So my answer is always Wheel of Fortune. But I always wish I could be on things like Survivor and The Amazing Race.
Oh, good. That's a good one. Maybe like
I wouldn't be able to live in those places, though, is the problem.
I don't know how well I would do, but I think it'd be kind of fun. Like doing something like Survivor where you're just like, there are so many elements and like with people, the social dynamic of it.
Have you watched the Squid Game show? The not
game
like the drama,
based off
the game.
I haven't.
It looks like
That would seem terrifying.
It looks like so much fun. I want to play the game so badly, but in between the games, they have to live in the dorm and they can't bring their stuff. So I'm always I can't play the games because I can't do the living part of it.
I guess with Survivor, you're right. I probably have to like make a tent somewhere, like a shelter out of some twigs. It's like Alicia's not gonna last very long.
What about a cooking show?
Oh, you know what? I do the Great British Bake Off. Ooh. That would be really fun.
Okay.
It's not like I can even bake, but I would totally be down to do that. It just seems so fun. I want like kind of low stakes, I think. Like game shows for me, like it's a bit stressful.
Yeah. No, I understand that. I'm a very competitive person,
you are?
so every single game show would be high stress for me.
Oh, see, I'm not. I don't know what it is. It's sort of like I get really I don't know, overwhelmed maybe too easily, and I'm just like, it's not for me. Like we're fine. You can win. Like
good on you for having that. I love how you go the healthier way, and I'd be like, get really intense and be super stressed about winning this thing that I'm not good at.
I probably need a little bit more of that. Probably.
We need to find a happy medium. It exists somewhere here in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
All right, third and final roll in the tower.
7.
Number 7. Oh, number 7 is my personal favorite question because my favorite horror movie of all time is Scream. There's only one question that can correspond to that particular category. It is, what's your favorite scary movie?
Oh.
You can't say it's What's Inside, but I will say
I was going to say it's What's Inside.
I will say for everybody out there, It's What's Inside will likely be one of my favorite scary movies of 2024. I'm not just saying it because you're in the room. I mean it.
It's really good. Okay, what's my favorite scary movie? I don't really, you know what? I think it's Jaws. I mean, I know that's probably not your classic like scary movie, but I just feel like that one, it's what, I mean, talk about that made like an impact. Like what a change. Like that just changed the game for everything.
Oh,
the way that like a score, the kind of fact that you never see it until right at the end, and just the way it was crafted was kind of unbelievable. So I feel like that's probably what I'm thinking right now. But now I'm trying to think of like some like psychological horror movies or scary movies. It's not like usually my genre, if I'm being honest, to watch.
I could go through many a recommend. So you like the psychological horror?
Yes, I think so.
High on my mind right now because it's celebrating its 10th anniversary is The Babadook.
I was just thinking that. But that one
true classic.
Freaked me out.
Yeah. It's scary.
Terrifying.
It's scary on like a multitude of levels because the movie itself is scary to watch, but then also the thoughts that it actually, I take it back somewhat. The thoughts that it leaves you with can either be really nightmarish and haunting or better help you process whatever your Babadook problem is.
Totally. The
fact
that
makes sense.
It's multi-layered in that it's like the obviously the setting of it and like the kind of the monster itself, but then the underlying emotional trauma of all the things that it represents. It's, I mean, pretty incredible.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
And I'm a big believer. It's What's Inside is on its way to become a classic.
It's gonna be.